Sean, I have no money. This is a game changer. Hi, and welcome back. I'm super excited. Finally, sports in America got it right. Okay, the Super Bowl ends.
Pass. Touchdown.
I couldn't figure out why they were putting the Super Bowl so far out. And then the next weekend is the All-Star break for the NBA.
And a feed, and James, look at this.
Fast up.
So many hot passes, we can't keep up. Another three.
Nice job. Because in the past, there's always been this big gap between football, nothing really happening in basketball because we're really not near the playoffs. Baseball hasn't even started spring training yet, you know what I mean? So you've got this almost addiction that goes away. So good job, NBA, on that. Hey, let's talk about budget. So I'm looking at a list. I've decided what market I'm going in. And I've also decided to hit the subscribe button. Okay, so hit the subscribe button, do all those things. I really appreciate that. I've also got a really special treat here at the end because I know I'm talking about these wholesale properties. You know, I get people say, Sean, I have no money. I'm like, so what does that have to do with it? I don't have any money. Okay, I'm still, why am I researching properties if I don't have any money? Because you're getting good at researching properties. So money is not what gets you the deal. So let me rephrase it a different way, and I've said this in other videos. Imagine if you wanted to play soccer and you walked into Real Madrid's office in Spain or wherever they are with $5 million and say, I'd like to play soccer. They're like, yeah, you can. Why not? I've got $5 million. Because you can't play soccer? You have no skill set. Okay, now why does that make so much sense when you flip it the other way around? I want you to think about this. Money is not what's gonna get the real estate deal. Okay, so let me give you an example. If you came to me and you had a property with an ARV, after rehab value, of $500,000 that you could pick up right now for $200,000, and you showed me all the research that you had, that it was worth $500, we can pick it up for $200, there's about $100,000 worth of rehab, there's the research for that. Money's not an issue. Well, Sean, I don't know anybody with money. The last thing you want to do is go, if I find a deal. Do the research, get the skill set, keep finding deals, keep finding deals. I don't care if it takes you 12 months to do a deal. So look at it this way. What do I mean by that? What if I found a deal in 3 months that was just like I described, $200,000 worth of profit, buy it for $200, invest $100 to fix it up, it's worth $500. That's $200,000 of profit, but you couldn't find the money. So let it go. Keep doing research. You find another deal. You find another deal. Let's say you find 4 in 1 year. Oh, I'd be getting frustrated. I wouldn't. I'd be getting excited because you're getting the skill set of finding deals. And then pretty soon, that universe, you know what it is, that grid out there, you're gonna start talking about these things, and then people with money are gonna start listening and say, why don't you give me a crack at one of those? Okay, I'm just telling you it's gonna happen. The last thing I wanna hear is somebody coming to me and saying, if I find a deal, would you be an investor? I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? Every deal is different. Show me that you can find a deal. So I've got a good example. Alex, one of my students, he and I are doing deals in the desert right now. We were talking about different deals that we were looking at, and he goes, Sean, I'd like to bring something up to you. I said, what are the numbers? He says, we can pick up these properties for $50,000. It's gonna cost about $250 to build a house on the lot, and I'm telling you, the houses are selling for $750,000. Does he have my attention? Oh, you bet he does. And guess what I did? I immediately said, if this is true, I'm on a plane. He said, come on down. So he took the day off. I flew down. He picked me up at the airport in the morning. We drove out to the desert. We started looking at properties. He had them all lined up for me. We looked at about, I think, 15 different lots in the area. He learned a lot, obviously, hanging out with me. I learned a lot about what he had done with the research. That's what I love about y'all. You guys bring something to the table. And then we were having lunch, and I said, you know what? We've got some deals here. I showed him which ones we were looking at. He goes, let's make it happen, and we're off to the races. Now, one thing I know about Alex is he'd been working with me for 2 years, doing his own deals, but he'd been working with other stuff. I've been coaching him and what have you. What if somebody were to tell you that you weren't allowed to do a deal? That you literally had to wait 1 year. Now, you don't, but let's just say you did. And all you had to do is go crazy and spend 10 hours a week doing research, getting photos of properties, getting, rehab costs and all that stuff down, looking at deals, putting proposals together over and over and over again. for 1 year. But you're not allowed to do a deal. Can't do a deal. Then after 1 year, you can do as many deals as you want, and I promise you, you'll make $250,000 a year. Would you take someone up on that offer? Absolutely. I want you to look at it like that, okay? You're developing a skill set, okay? You can't make this happen overnight. I was watching an interview with a successful student, and it was really interesting because this kid got out of high school when he was in 2004, and he started working for a real estate investor in 2006 and didn't do his first deal for 2 years. He goes, I did whatever I had to. I had bartended, I did whatever I had to make sure I had food on the table, but I understood that that was my 2-year degree, if you would, because I was getting real life experience. I didn't care if this guy wanted me to sweep the floors. I did anything I could so I could be around those types of deals. And he goes, in my first deal, I realized I could branch out and continue to do something on my own. It wasn't a big one. He says, I made $5,000 on it. And I thought, this is what I love to hear, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up. That's the difference between I need to do a deal or I need to learn a skill set. Are you willing to put the time in? Now, again, depending on who you are and how much time you want to put in, you can accelerate the 1 year. Remember, there's always students that graduate a little early, and that's totally up to you. But once you have that skill set, nobody can take that away from you. So develop that skill set, okay? And I'll see you out there. I'd love to work with all of you. Go to Sean Higgins at 360.com. It's a direct message that goes right to my phone. And you can say, hey, I want to work with you. Okay, that's fine. We'll work something out. Go out there. Depends on what part of the country you're on. We can find some deals out there. I promised you something at the end. That's one of them. Direct message me. Maybe you can work with me if you want. But I also have mentioned this in other videos, and I want to talk about this. We've got a huge program coming out, a software program that literally will allow you to find every wholesale deal in a neighborhood that are good deals. And then it also has buyers of those properties on the other side. The one thing I'm waiting for is we're looking for financing. So right now I want to be able to have it so that as a member, you can go in there, click on a house and say, I want this house. Financing's available at the wholesale level. Let's say you put 20% down. It's a $200,000 house, say. So you put $40,000 down, you get it, you rehab it. If you want to keep it, we've got permanent financing on the back end, or you can sell it out and you've only got a $40,000 investment and you make some money on that. So I'm kind of working out some bugs on that, but I want you to be the first in line to be able to take advantage of it. This is a game changer. This isn't a list of properties that you're going to have to go through to find a deal. Every single one of these are going to be wholesale deals. And the beautiful part about that is if you have a wholesale deal, there'll be a buyer on their side. It's an incredible market. The kid that's putting this together is a Harvard grad. He's a genius. I love this stuff. So working on the beta. This is Sean Higgins saying, click the buttons, write the comments, send me a message. God bless and good luck.